Alrighty. Hello, hello. Greetings and salutations. Tis another riveting episode of D&D. Much roleplay will be had. Much information shall be gleaned. Much fighting is always a possibility. Also, much hydration must be needed. Water's good. Um, but yeah, episode 123. And they are still in the tower, still doing stuff. So I'm gonna round them up, get them ready, and we are gonna get this bad boy on the road in a sec. So give us a couple minutes, and we will get rolling. All right. They have been rounded up, and we begin. All right.
Things together once I see the map, and I don't know why this is such the case.
Well, we spent
We
most of
were
Go ahead. Please.
yeah, we spent most of the session in the room. It wasn't like quite a library, but there were like a few bookshelves there. And in the corners were the orbs, and like when you turned them, the room would get hotter or cooler. And time had stopped when we were inside the room. And there was also the books. When you, like, read them in your hand, they read in one way, and when you put them on the table and leaned back in this chair, they would be like a totally different book.
Right, I remember this. And we were about to leave the room when Kozik figured that out, right?
Yeah, I was nudged towards the concept that, things are a little different, and so and we determined that we were kind of reading these volumes of one tome, and I had read volume 8, which talked about the other planes of existence and evil entities that roam the astral planes. And I believe we got to volume 3 and maybe volume 5, I'm not sure,
We had
of
also looked
20.
at Volume 1, which Volume 1 was about demons.
So we had gotten through a few, but there's potentially 20 volumes available to us.
And not every book on the shelf is one of those 20 volumes.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
1, 8. Eight.
Had we decided a course of action toward the end of the session?
I know we had decided to use this room as where we would go to rest.
Mm. How would that work
Oh,
if time stops outside, or are we just going
yeah.
to accept that we're just gonna sleep 8 hours in here and then come out? I mean, it's about the same, isn't it? There's no time in the Underdark, except there is. But like, we're not one of the communities that keeps it.
Yeah.
Less chance for the bird that's been flying after us to mysteriously be able to
Hello.
come and fawn us and lean outside our door with its mouth open. Hi, sorry.
Hi.
How are you, girly
How's it-
pop?
Oh, good. How you guys doing?
We are starting D&D.
All right. Did you already
Uh,
do the recap from last week?
you were in the middle of it.
We're in the middle of.
Oh, dang. Okay.
TLDR so far: Kozik, Neovara, Veldrin, um, and Zeteran are walking through this evil castle, by an evil wizard. And we come into a room, and inside the room it seems to be fairly normal and untouched by time, unlike all the other rooms in this place so far. In it, there is a single chaise that you may sit down. There's a couple of tables. There is a table with a candle, 2 orbs, and a bookshelf. Innocent, one might even say. Unless Kozik happens to discover the secret. As he sits in the chair, he looks up and he sees, oh my god, I can see while I'm reading here, while I'm sitting here, a different book appears on the ceiling. And I can read it by leaning back.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, and blowing out the candle cast true darkness in the room, and it was really spooky. The TLDR is that apparently we're going to use this room as a rest stop. And we had just gotten to the conversation of what were next plans, and Kozik was answering me.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other next plans other than using this place to, sleep rest? No?
Sounds like it's not.
Alright, so I imagine that we're all chilling out in this place when Opal and Sari appear out of the hole in the wall that they'd accidentally gotten their faces stuck into.
Well, there you are. Well, there's books aplenty.
There we go. So,
Oh, hey.
Books.
if you recall, we kind of wrapped up as somebody placed the spell book in the chair.
Oh yeah, Veldrin's spellbook. Right?
Or the wizards.
No, it was the wizards.
Fuck.
So that's what we're going to pick up, as that was the last thing that we ended on as that cliffhanger.
Wizard spellbook.
So I believe it was Veldrin. Yeah. So as you recline into the chair, place the spell book upon the table and do the same motions as before, you realize that the spell book is also not as it seems. And as you're looking at this, you realize that the spell book, the spells that you, when in your hand, you read them as, oh, these are spells. The realization now is that the lettering and the words and to some extent, the arcane runes shift, and you realize that this is a cursed book. And you can give me an arcana. All right. And with a 19, you put 2 and 2 together, come to the realization / conclusion that just having the book, you're fine. But the second you try and cast a spell as represented in the book, you don't actually cast a spell as intended. You're essentially putting a curse on yourself.
Oh gosh.
What kind of spells are in the book?
So when
And how did
you
you figure out that before doing it?
so when you were looking at it, it was like a couple of first level spells, couple second, and then you also, if you recall, there were spells that went above people's comprehension, almost enticing you to want to keep this book with you, as if to suggest that there are spells more powerful in here than, your common sorcerer or your common wizard. Sorcerers don't have spell books.
Yes. Mend butthole.
Excuse me. Fake wizard here. It's meant butt crack.
Damn. I think
Such
Mint
an
Butthole would
important
be just as.
distinction.
I think Mint Butthole would also just be as devastating.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be, but when it's meant butt crack, you don't have any ass left to appreciate. It's just one smooth orb.
Oh dear.
You put Book of Crazy Spells in Veldrin's lap and you expect him not to keep it? No, he's keeping it.
Oh, you mean like what spells are in
Oh
it?
yeah. What's in it? What are we doing with this?
So when it's being translated through the projection, there aren't spells.
Mhm.
It's basically, if you imagine you go to cast a spell as the book tells you, as per the the writing, quote unquote,
Mhm.
you end up cursing yourself. Basically, you're putting a curse on yourself.
So like
Now,
the
how did we
writing that
figure
I'm
that
reading right
out?
now. So like the writing that I'm reading right now is the warning.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there's a warning. Okay.
I mean, it's not so much a warning like beware. Like, if basically think of it like if you created this thing, you're probably not going to put a big warning label on it. But, there's enough subtlety there to be like maybe a reminder or two, like in the very tiny in between lettering, like, remember this is the curse book, not your normal one, kind of thing. Just as a slight reminder to somebody, but nothing like yellow and black and yellow tape on it saying this is a curse book, because if you want somebody to pick it up, you want them to get fucked.
Mhm.
But for the knowledgeable, there's enough there to tell them that it's cursed. You're saying.
Correct.
Yeah, Veldrin's gonna be keeping this thing.
Yep.
What'd you want to keep a cursed book for?
Funny. Have you considered that? Be kind of fun.
Veldrin, what do you want to keep a cursed book for?
There's a lot of reasons why. Things like I could give it to someone that I don't want to tell it's cursed. Some of these spells in here are interesting. There could come a point where the curse is worth the risk.
Where the curse is what?
Worth the risk. I don't know exactly what kind of curse it's going to give me, but if the spell is good enough and the situation desperate enough, maybe so.
Well,
Well, a
you have
book
fun
like
with
this,
that. I'm not getting near it.
a book like this could be worth a pretty penny to the right collector as well.
I was just thinking the right ideas.
A certain kind
Yeah,
of
it might.
arrogant collector, maybe. and I'm sure they're out there.
I wonder if it might attract the wrong sort to us, though.
It's not like it's a beacon.
Maybe,
That we
maybe
know
not.
of.
Not to most things. I feel like I feel like we have encountered creatures that can sense magic to some level or to some degree. Am I wrong?
Hmm.
The silence is deafening.
I've not kept track of that sort of thing. Maybe.
Hmm. Regardless. Eh.
So yeah, what do y'all want to do?
Hmm. I mean, hey, if Eldrin's exploring the library, I also kind of want to explore. Hmm.
Also,
Eh.
Dad, you're muted in case. Not sure if you were aware.
Was somebody saying it's time we were going to sleep here or rest here or something like that?
When we need to. Also, if you're looking at the map right now, this thing over here is like an orb on a pedestal, and when you turn it, the temperature in the room goes up.
Oh,
This one, is the same thing, an orb on a pedestal, and when you turn it, the temperature goes down.
well, now that's interesting.
I mean, that is an interesting thing. Uh, What should I roll to explore the library?
I mean,
Just investigation.
investigation. I mean, people have
I want to
kind of
find
gone
something.
through it pretty extensively.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe there's some other hidden treasure in here.
Maybe. I'm
And
inclined
this
to
is
let
when
him.
I roll a 1.
No new
That is
information's been gleaned.
damn. Wait.
Rip homie, bad luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Niavara. How kind of you. Alright. I mean, does anybody have anything else they want to do in here? Aside from, of course, sleep.
No, I think we can
Well, I'm
venture out.
ready. What's that?
I think we can venture out.
Knowing that we're coming back here makes me fine with leaving. We can go explore the other parts of the tower.
Yes.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So you guys get on out of this room. And where to next?
probably just continuing on to the next room.
14. Okie dokie.
So, does this part of the castle have? There's a whole new set of rooms.
Yeah, basically it's been like another section of tower.
Does it have like a bunch of floors the way the other section did?
Yeah, but this one's knocked over.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So there's still a lot of rooms to explore.
Yeah, we've been going from just still basically going from room to room.
Okay.
All right, so to the next door. As expected, another 30 feet of walking, and then another door.
We better check this one for traps as well.
Yes, who wants to do that?
Well, given the couple of roguish inclusions in your party, I think the answer is clearly Opal.
Let me at him,
Just
boss.
just kidding. And she will sort of do a good old gander over for her traps.
Give me a perception. Yes.
Yes, there are traps.
Yes.
Where does she see them?
In the door.
Uh-huh. And so she'll be like, actually, now that we've said this, I'm happy that I did just, throw Opal at it, as funny as it could have been. There's a trap here in the door. Does she have like, is it like on the locking mechanism? Like, where is it attached to the door? Or is it just this general vibe of, when I open this, I'm going to blow up?
Yep, you definitely get the feeling interacting with the door in some way is gonna set something off if you don't do it very carefully.
But like, I'm saying, like, does she see it on the frame? Is it on the floor? Is it on the handle? Is it magical?
So with your perception, I would say you determine it's definitely magical. So essentially visually confirming it in the sense of, oh, there's a weird like thing there. It'd be like, why is there a bolt there and a bolt there and a bolt there and a bolt there? Why is the etching in the door carved like this? It seems extremely specific in the shape language. Basically identifying certain things that set it apart from just some normal door in a way that gives you this unusual sense that something ain't right. But at least you're able to determine you don't feel, you doesn't, at least visually, it doesn't seem like it's something mechanical.
Well, it's good and bad. If it was mechanical, I'd be able to disarm it.
I could try dispelling it.
Let's go
That
for
might
it.
help.
Don't
Okay.
touch it.
The last room also had a trapped door.
Mhm.
Nothing happened when we went inside, as far as we can tell.
Well,
We were allowed in, weren't we?
Yep, you knocked and the door just opened.
Probably because it wanted us to have that first book.
Something was also in the room with us, it felt like. I couldn't see it. But remember I told you, Veldrin, that it felt like something moved and it moved the shelf, the bookshelf?
It could be something in the walls. That's where the golem came from.
Hmm. I wonder. So, if we are going to try and go in, I can definitely do that. And I will volunteer myself as tribute, but it's definitely trapped. Fair warning. What say we, fair company?
Well, if you'll allow me to step up, I'll see if I can. If it's a magic trap, then that's half the battle.
By all means.
Okay. And I hold out my hands and I cast Dispel Magic. And it looks like if it's a spell of 4th level or lower, it's automatically dispelled. Otherwise, I make a roll.
I mean, you cast a spell magic.
Does the magic effect end on the door?
Doesn't say that's actually something that it would tell you. Interestingly enough.
Oh,
Unsuccessful check, the spell ends. So if there was a visual component to it, then I would, like if it was like a giant orb or a sphere or a bubble or an object, and then you dispel magic, or even better, an illusion, and you dispelled it, it's like, okay, there's a visual confirmation of it. But you know,
okay,
you
well,
cast it.
does Niavara still have the shady suspicion that there is in fact something on the door?
Give me another perception check.
well, but I mean, I have to make a roll.
You can
Oh,
do an
sure.
Arcana, I guess, is also an option. A charisma saving throw, huh?
And then, I mean, if it's like that, I'm like, well, I did it. What do you think, Niavara?
What does Niavara think?
All things considered, probably not. I mean, he did just cast Dispel Magic. So if there would have been magic in there, right? I mean, this is. I mean, with the 19, you're pretty sure it's not.
Not still trapped or not dispelled?
Not still trapped.
All right. She
Don't
goes
have
to
to
open
pull
the door.
hairs. Okay, so room 14. So in this room, you are immediately greeted with. Hold on, let me unhide this. It opens up into a sorry, I had to move the stream view. So it opens up into this very large room. It is from almost feels like thinking back to your experience in the treasury room. It's not really with gold, it's just a bunch of shiny objects strewn everywhere. Very unceremoniously placed. Hold on, I gotta hydrate for a second. Oh, okay. There are objects strewn about very unceremoniously. Um, and it seems like very nice things, but just as if somebody opened the door and just threw them all over the place. I may be getting sick. And it's just, this room is full of it. Anywhere from fancy like weapons, swords, axes, shields, bits of armor, um chandeliers that they don't look like they've fallen or um been destroyed, like they physically placed kind of situation. Just all sorts of just objects from weapons to mundane things, just everywhere. It's like almost imagine a treasure hoard, but everything was just like emptied out of a dump truck.
Well, there could be something of value here, but to wade through all this, where to begin?
It's a great question. Something about this feels strange.
Ugh.
I fear that if I cast detect magic, it will just all come back as one sort of magical cloud of probability.
Yeah. I'm also feeling the suspicion that if you do it as well, it might end up pinging back at you as like one big mass and be like, yes. Oh, you want to know about the magic? Here it is, babes.
And it was trapped. I mean, not that that means there was any reason for it, but it could mean that stuff was seen to be valuable.
Or it could mean that something on the door was going to release it towards us, right?
That's possible.
Hmm.
Well, as for weapons, I guess, are there any at hand, or I guess do I have to I guess I have to physically try to go into the room, but is that possible?
I mean, the door's open.
Yeah, but I mean it's full of junk. Like, do I have to wait in there like Luke Skywalker, or
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? Let's get going.
all right, so let's get in there. So I kind of take a step into the room, kind of trying to finesse my boot down into a spot where it might touch the ground.
So you step in and you're wearing boots, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you step in and you just end up like having to kick a bunch of stuff around to, you know, find any purchase. It's
Are there
effectively
any
difficult
weapons
terrain
at
in this
hand?
room.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see. What if maybe if I roll an investigation or a perception or something to see if there's any weapons that look interesting to me?
Sure, perception.
Okay.
I mean,
Not bad.
what weapon would you find interesting? I guess is the next question.
Oh, maybe something that looked like it was well made. Maybe not, I mean, not necessarily magic or anything, but something that looks well made, or something that is like looks drow or dwarven or something like that. I don't know. Any type of weapon.
Um, let's see. Let's go. So you would of the things in here, everything looks well made. Like
Okay.
like I said, like even the chandeliers look like master crafted. Like everything in here looks like it was, you know, quality. But I would say if you're looking for something specific, I mean, if you're looking for some dwarven, there's probably like a dwarven warhammer somewhere in here. Probably a few of those. And also with that perception, as you're on the inside of this door and you're looking around, you would notice something scribbled on the, well, not really, definitely not scribbled, very elegant writing. And because I know you have Eyes of the Runekeeper, what have you,
Yeah.
it reads, "This cursed room of mine."
Oh, uh, guys, you may not want to come in here. I'm getting some indications that there might be, this room might cause us trouble. It might be cursed.
All
Well,
right.
that seems to be yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
But maybe that's just what they want us to think. Oh, there's a lot of nice things in here.
What leads you to the conclusion that it's cursed?
Oh, well, there's a little sign over there that says, "Bless this mess," but it basically says, "Bless this cursed room of mine."
Cursed
Don't you
room doesn't mean
see that over there?
cursed. It could be a place he hates.
Ah. Well, I have to take the hint and I'm gonna step out of the room and not take this nice dwarven warhammer that I see here.
What, you don't want to bless this mess?
Uh I shouldn't mess with this mess, I guess.
Nice.
And I kind of look and I make sure that there's no little maybe not any rings in my cuffs or anything. Or any sort of necklace that has it kind of miraculously found its way around my neck.
Nope, none of that.
Oh, I feel like we should move on. There's just misadventure in that room.
I mean, obviously, that's why there's so
Okay,
much treasure. But also, have you considered? I'm su-
considered.
yeah. I'm also surprised that Zedrin hasn't, piped up at all. Is little one still hanging around? She's also, taking a gander inside without stepping in. What does she see on the inside?
The same thing. Junk. Very nice looking junk everywhere. Very just thrown about. Nothing. There's no stands or anything that are holding like pieces of armor up. It's just thrown on a pile upside down. Weapons just leaning against the wall, on the floor, just all over the place.
It
Does
all
this
looks.
room
Go ahead.
read as like expensive vendor trash room? Does
Oh,
it read as like,
very expensive.
yeah, but vendor trash, the second set of phrase. Like, oh,
Can't, can't you see? This is no chintz. This is all masterworks in here.
okay. When I say the phrase vendor trash, Kozik, I don't mean that it's not nice. I'm more saying, oh, but I don't need a third masterwork sword. I can sell this one.
Oh,
Things that are clearly not cared for.
well, I mean, should we then give some of this stuff a home?
Now, isn't that the question?
It's
And
cursed.
or it's not real. We've only encountered how many illusions, Kozik?
Innumerable.
And she'll turn to the little one, no doubt, on Zedrin's shoulder, like, and is this all real, little one?
He's picking his nose currently.
Uh-huh. Very talented.
He
Please.
doesn't seem excited by it.
If
Surely there's
if
some
it was
gold
real
coins.
gold, he would be
Exactly.
ecstatic.
Gold?
Meaning there's something about this.
He suddenly stops picking his nose. His ears perk and wings flutter.
Do you see
Eh?
anything in the room?
And just other shiny stuff.
Yeah? Do you see anything in there? Any
Shiny
she
stuff.
points. Yes. Real shiny stuff? Fake shiny stuff?
Look real to me.
In which case, I
Oh.
once again take my honor as tribute. Let's go.
And then little one actually, at the mention of gold, little one starts nibbling on Zed's hair.
Yeah, he'll he'll give him a gold coin
Add it to the tracker.
already.
Well, yes, let's leave this horde unharmed, I guess, and move on to a new room.
Nivara eagerly steps inside as soon as he mentions that. Like, what do you mean? We're not gonna have a gander.
A gander? More than a gander,
Yeah.
you're 6 feet inside.
Oh no. Guess I have no choice but to look.
And you are wearing boots, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Nivara wears shoes.
All right. Because, like I said, there's like weapons strewn about. There's like daggers on the floor, swords. So it could be very likely if you weren't wearing proper like foot gear and coverings that you can end up, nicking yourself, as it were. Like as you move in, you are literally like kicking stuff away just to like get a foothold.
As funny as it could be to accidentally hurt herself real badly. Nah, she's wearing her shoes around.
Does anything feel off?
She taps into her greatest senses.
Oh, and what senses would those be?
Vibes. Which I'm guessing would be an investigation check. So
Your,
she's not actually all that great at it, but she thinks she is.
your vibe check unveils unknown.
I mean, it's a room full of knives, Veldrin. There are many things wrong. For example, why, when the Horde invaded the Underdark, was he not arming soldiers with these things? This either reads as some misgotten adventurers, long forgotten Horde, or, like all of you suggested, that there's something more to this.
What do I have to roll to figure more out about this room cubed?
What information are you trying to derive?
Guess if the room is at all cursed or harmful, If there's anything in the room that might be.
Okay. All right, so you're trying to determine if the room is cursed. That would be an Arcana.
Okay.
It is very difficult to tell with a 12. Unknown. But
Is
nothing has
this
jumped out
room
and attacked
only
you, so.
full? Is this room only full of weapons?
No, so like I was saying, it's like weapons, armors, fancy tables, candelabras, um, chandeliers, I already said tables, like everything,
Mhm.
just
The
objects.
candelabras.
Well, Velchin's just he's kicking things around and checking out the room.
And Velgen has proper foot coverings.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, nothing's happening. You're kicking stuff around the room. Just, I mean, it's difficult
Yeah, he's
terrain,
just going
so.
around. Yeah, he's just picking his way around, seeing if anything pops up.
Oh, so you're like touching stuff? Or just moving, or just
Mm.
walking?
He's walking, so he's
Okay.
like anything that might be in his way, he's moving out of the way.
In what way? Just kicking stuff aside, right? Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Yeah, so you're
yeah.
kind of clearing yourself a little bit of a path by shuffling everything, and it's noisy. Just like moving some stuff, it is piled in a way that some of the stuff falls over, just because just leaning against other things, and it's you guys are making quite the commotion in here. And while y'all are doing that, what's Zed, Opal, Kozik, and Sari doing as people are meandering through the room, making lots of noise?
Hmm. Keeping an eye out and not stepping inside as to not potentially get obliterated by whatever trap they might activate.
Okay, keep it going.
Yeah,
Fine.
Sari's doing a similar thing. She's just
All
watching.
right.
She doesn't trust this place.
Perception,
thinks
correct. Sorry.
that's okay. She just doesn't trust this place. And she's just keeping her eye on everyone, following them with her eyes, just ready to help if need be, but she doesn't trust it. It all seems like curses to her.
Cube's questions make me like, oh, I should touch something. That's what is going to trigger something. So who wants me to touch something?
Zed's gonna mage hand something that's close to the door, like um something that it could pick up, I guess. So let's see. There's like some sort of fancy like piece of armor or something, like a helmet, I don't know. And bring it out of the room, just kind of like into this hallway.
Yep, you're able to
See if
do that
anything
with no problem.
um he's not
Huh.
gonna he's not gonna touch it, but he's gonna just kind of like set it down with the mage hand across the the hall from us, I guess. It's kind of like against the wall. And is it react just like a normal helmet? Like, is it making noise when it's contacting the ground?
Yep, for all intents and purposes, it is a physical object in the world that you Well, I mean, you haven't touched it, but you can interact with as
Mhm.
if it were a physical object.
Nothing's happening yet.
I
Well, while they're kicking around in there, I'd like to cast magical cunning. It's an ability, I guess, but if I have a minute, then I can perform this esoteric rite that's backed up from the door, and I'm doing some like little hand signals and stuff, and kind of murmuring,
Okay.
and I should get one of my spell slots back.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Jewel. Yeah. Makes sense.
Veldrin's gonna touch something.
All right. What object would you like to pick up?
What's near him right now?
Everything. Basically, just imagine like any object, you know, and it's just thrown in here. Like I said, there's tables, there's chairs, there's like the standing candle holders, there's like old clocks, there's pocket watches, there's candle holders, there's everything in here.
He'll pick up a pocket watch.
Okay.
Is it working?
Nope.
Okay. Nothing?
Not that you're aware of.
When we left the library, the books started destroying themselves as soon as something was taken out of the room. The helmet was taken out, but it was removed by a mage hand and not one of us, in a technical sense. I expect things to be far more dangerous in this room if something was removed, considering the fact that there are many blades in here.
I'm following.
In the library, I believe that part of the reason why the books destroyed themselves was to hide something. In here, we won't know if there's something that is supposed to be hidden until we remove something from the room and get some kind of reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But how exactly do we find the thing that might be hidden?
That's also a good question. I am
What
less
do you
sure of
mean the
how
thing
to.
that might be hidden? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In the library, when the book was removed from the library, the books started to tear themselves apart. That
Oh.
is, I believe, some kind of security protocol. There was something in there that that no one else was supposed to know. And we've lost that chance now.
well,
When the mage hand removed
they
the
were
helmet, it wasn't removed
lying
by
at
one of
us.
us.
The books were trying to attack us for removing a book from the room, is what I gathered.
They were also destroying themselves in the process.
Yeah, because they were all torn up books. Like, none of the books in that room had aged very well. Unlike the one that was in the study that were all pretty much pristine. Like, we had to be careful just opening them. Well, to your point, if there is something hidden in here, I'm not sure even if we knew exactly what it was or where it was, that we'd be able to find it.
I don't understand what finding something hidden. I don't understand why you're after that.
I think Bella's just
Whoever was here before
wondering
was a
what's
wizard.
in here, yeah.
Yeah, whoever was here before was a wizard. Somebody who was studying a lot of demons and other planes and things. Considering that, as far as we know, we are dealing with what is ultimately a very awful creature from a different plane. So the more that we know about them, the better.
Oh, do you think
So
Marn's a demon?
I've been thinking about
Possibly, but also there is Uthagaroth.
Oh yeah. I don't
There's
think
that
he
gate
counts.
Opal talked about.
Mhm.
All of those things are not on this plane specifically.
I don't know if they count as demons though. Ugatharoth is more of a
No, but the
adoration.
wizard wasn't just studying demons.
True.
Demons were just one of the things.
Oh, so you're wondering if there's some sort of. And he clearly had captured a demon from the infernal hell. Granted, given that it was a lemur at some point, doesn't seem like it would have been that hard.
That
But
was its name. It
yeah,
wasn't necessarily its classification.
mm, disregarding.
so I've been thinking about a couple of things, slightly unrelated, but on the topic of planes and whatnot. Um, our winged friend outside. Well, are there dragons in the Underdark?
There could be anything in the Underdark.
Okay. Next question. That's also unrelated, but still, we're talking about the wizard, whose tower this, I guess, belonged to.
Mhm.
One thing that's been on my mind as we've been going room to room, of all the things that we've found, all the different types of magic and creative traps and whatnot, there's got to be a better way that whoever lived here got around the place.
Uh huh.
Now, that
I
I
think
I don't know people that could just like immediately teleport out of nowhere. Um, and if they could do that sort of thing, why would they need intricate sort of contraptions like the chair in the other room? Um, I'm wondering if there's some other way around this place.
I
Hmm.
think there might be something with the walls because the golem came out of the wall, and when we were in the library, there was evidence that something else was in there, but we didn't necessarily hear it moving around.
Yeah, just a thought, because it's taken us quite a bit just to go from room to room. Granted, we don't know what the rooms are,
Mhm.
but if you were going to go from the library to the study, that's what was it? Like 60 feet of stairs when the tower was upright. So I don't buy that that's how whoever was here was just getting around.
Unless our
It's got
wizard
me
friend
thinking.
had some very incredible legs.
Like mother's calves. I regret to tell you, when you commit to the aesthetic, you either, like you're suggesting, it might be something on the walls, Zedrin. You might be onto something. That being said, I also know that as a wizard, wouldn't they be able to, like, teleport? Or else jerry rig some sort of situation up so that there are, like, small rooms where they can teleport from floor to floor.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking is what, you know, there's been a whole lot of contraptions here,
Hmm.
like traps on the door, you know, books about different planes and whatnot. And so it's just got me thinking that there's
How's it going, Fallen?
some sort of method of getting around this tower that we don't know about, or maybe we're not capable of using. But it's just got me thinking, like, whoever was here before definitely didn't walk up and down all these stairs all the time, like all time, you know? That would have been half their fucking day.
Hmm. It could
Anyway,
be all these rooms, right? And this has been my theory the whole time. Given that the guy who owned this place was a drow, he would have had to have been one of the most paranoid bastards about. As we've told you, Zedrin, male drow don't exactly have much stature. And he could have been, like, requested to become someone's wife. Or husband, I guess. And it feels
Male life makes sense.
it is more equivalent to how regardless, I'm getting off task. He would want to protect himself, his castle, his things, his stature. Everything here indicates a paranoid bastard alone in a tower who probably died here somewhere.
well, a few of the things have also indicated uh, us specifically.
Mhm.
So if whoever owned this tower died hundreds of years ago, as we have potentially assumed at one point, that would have been before all of us existed.
Yes.
Which also makes no sense.
Wait, what do you mean by the tower has predicted us? Run that back by me. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Something like the first what, like 8 or so rooms had to do with us specifically, and they were like
Oh,
deep dark
that.
shit. Like that, that's not just random.
See, I'll admit that I'd mostly just assigned those that they were, how do I say it? Like illusions bouncing back at us. Like, not actually things that were put in place hundreds of years ago meant for us specifically to open, but rather that they would respond to whoever opened them. Yeah?
Yeah, I
And
can
give
see
them that
that.
reflection.
But certain things that were reflected
Mhm.
didn't happen,
Yep.
and were
It
new
What?
to us.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It took what was in you and responded back to it. It might have been that he was some sort of divination wizard and had some ability to read the future. Or it could be that the spell was more intricately laid than I can possibly try to explain, right?
That's one powerful wizard.
It's one
I
devoted mad bastard.
I just gotta say though, it's just, I feel like it's not that easy to make sense out of all this nonsense. Like,
Nope.
everything that we've come across here has made very little sense.
Mhm.
And so I just keep pondering, and the more and more rooms that we find, the less and less I can draw conclusions. Like, why was there a miniature statue of a draconic creature in the top of the tower on like a pedestal? Like, it's all just random shit. It makes no sense.
Right.
I'm waiting for the one thing that comes into play that's like, oh, that's why. But up until now, it's been fucking skint.
What?
Not found anything to make any of this make sense.
No, the
No,
actual turn of phrase that you're using, pink fucking skin.
I said it's been fucking skint.
Oh, yeah.
we've not got the information we need to make it all make sense. I doubt we'll get it.
Or we'll get it when the time's right.
Or that.
What are the chances that, like, we are being monitored in some way going through this place?
Now that's
And I-
just creepy.
And I don't really know a whole lot about like magic, especially over time. But for those that might know, do spells like wear off? Or if someone casted a spell, like a curse or something, on one of these doors hundreds of years ago, it would just still be here forever. Is that how it works? Or is it like eventually just lose its umph?
You can give an Arcana check if you want to figure out the answer to that question.
Zed is also more or less just bantering at this point because he's very confused. 13.
So with a 13 or an 8,
I'm like, I might have an answer, and I kind of hold my finger up and go, yeah.
any other Arcanas? All right. All right. So with a 13, you think about circumstances where items can have some permanency. I mean, magical weapons do. You've probably heard of, I mean, just thinking about the whole airship situation, you'd imagine that those probably have some level of permanency to them. As far as how long a spell can last, I mean, it's with a 13, I mean, it's possible stuff can last a long time so long as whatever the thing is not destroyed or triggered. But you're also a seafaring individual, so this whole like
Yeah.
magic thing is kind of new to you. So you have trouble like drawing on any extremely like specific things. That's like, oh yeah, that one building has had magic in it for 10,000 years. It's more like, well, like a magical weapon seems to have indefinite power. That people said they've collected ancient artifacts that still have the magic in them. You've probably stolen a couple. I mean, willfully acquisitioned goods from other individuals in your heyday. that, people were like, yeah, these are magical things from a long time ago. So based on all of that information and your experience, it's feasible if it's undisturbed, and if whatever arcane composition could still be intact, as long as the object that it's encased in would still be there, probably would make sense.
Right.
It's nice. All right. Belgian had to step away. So what are y'all's doing? Like I said, the room is pretty empty in the form of there being much other than junk. The worst case scenario of a hoarder's basement.
Wait, I thought you said it was all a bunch of like masterful pieces of work.
Yeah. A hoarder's basement.
Well, I'm ready to move on. Yeah, this is cursed. I feel like we shouldn't mess with whatever's going on in there. I believe it to be cursed. And they know that.
When
Has
he who
anyone picked-
touches refuses to touch.
I
Has
don't
anyone-
like this place.
It's just
I
a
just
weird
don't
place.
trust any of it. I have to say, I'm not really appreciating the Underdark so much.
They'll be heading to room.
I think a lot of people, like I've said before, don't really appreciate lots of parts of it.
Well, not this one anyway.
All right. So where y'all's going?
Oh, where's the next room?
Right.
I mean, is
Yeah.
there a room we haven't explored yet?
I think so. There's still a lot of tower. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else wanted to do anything with this room. I think Zed's kind of stumped.
I'm good to keep moving. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely done.
All right. Continuing forth. Unless, actually, did Neovar and Velgen want to do anything? Since they're still in the room.
Now we can go ahead and leave.
Stuff your pockets before you leave.
I know that we all agreed on not touching anything, but I couldn't help myself.
Exactly.
Well, now, why is that not surprising?
She hasn't had much of a set of sticky fingers, actually, apart from her buttons. Any conversation about it to the otherwise is a falsehood.
So, you walk through the hallway, and just as expected, another 30 feet, another door.
Yippee!
Let's see,
Neovara, check it for
so-
traps.
Sure. And she'll do another wham bam perception check. Checking for traps.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, my stream. Go. So you look this door over, and how am describe? Read this. So the best way to describe this is yes, it is trapped, but no, it's not a dangerous trap.
Hmm.
You don't see any signs of like little holes. You don't see like the architecture suggests that there is something here, but you're not necessarily sure what this trap is per se. Like it's not blatantly like a hole in the door where a gout of flame's gonna hit you. But just looking at the door, you are very aware that the locking mechanism, the lock itself is extremely high quality, and it is going to be an extremely tough, as one might say, nut to crack. Like you're looking it over, and you see like the tumblers are way more complex than a normal lock, and the other locks in the tower have been. You notice that the like the springs inside of it are even like extremely thick, and like I mean you get, like I said, you get the feeling that if you try and open this, it would be a very difficult, well, without the proper way to, open it, it'll be very difficult to pick a lock like this.
Well, Neovara, you look a little downcast. Perhaps beyond your abilities?
This room's pretty
No,
fucked
that's
up.
not nice.
I'm
I'll have you
merely.
know. I've always put full trust in my abilities, I'll have you know. Problem is that this crafty bastard of a wizard, let's just say, seems to have done something here that I don't quite understand the mechanism of. Does Nevar have the impression that something bad will happen if she tries to, with her normal tools anyway, like unlock it?
Guess you can give me, since you're aware of it, an Arcana.
Middle of the road.
You are uncertain.
There's some sort of special mechanism to this that I'm not quite getting. Zedrin, second thoughts?
Let's see. Can I do Arcana or I guess assist?
I mean, you could do an Arcana. Here we are. So you would know that as an individual who is keen on picking locks, even you could tell just by looking at it, like, this is an extremely high quality lock. So baseline, it is pretty difficult to. It's gonna be a tough one. But also you'd gather if you're unsuccessful that it will add an extra layer to the difficulty. So it's almost like a reactive security system. So if you pick it and you're unsuccessful, it's going to make it even more difficult on subsequent attempts on trying to pick it. So it's almost like you trigger something and then it reinforces the lock, or it actually, yeah, 17 is good enough, or it'll actually shuffle around the um wow, I had the word a second ago. The bolts and the mechanisms.
Pins, maybe.
Yeah, Zed would relay that for sure.
Well, it seems as though the weak link in this system is the door itself. What if we just bash through the door and leave the lock unmolested?
Now you're talking.
All right,
But
sorry, break down the door.
do
Well,
I think that maybe it's that we're missing a piece of equipment. Perhaps a key or something similar. I
imagine that.
wonder. But we can try brute force. Brute force is a good friend. Not mine, but a good one.
Well, I'm wondering that since it's got such uh, an intense lock, clearly they don't want people to get in there.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if trying to bust that door is gonna that cause some kind of big reaction or something.
And actually, since I, as the DM, am aware of Sari's paranoia, I would even say you might even draw a bit of a further tangent. Something trying to make sure something keeps people out. But what if it's
That's
also to
right.
make sure whatever's in there stays in there?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But that's
Yeah.
purely
What if
based on
what's
knowing Sari's paranoia shit right now.
really, I mean, what if what something's in there that we don't want getting out? I mean, that is quite a lock on it, right? I mean, maybe we don't want to get in there and we don't want what's in there to get out. I mean, just think about it, but that's what I'm thinking.
If there's something in there, we should let it out. That's kind of
Oh,
horrible that
should
it's stuck
we?
in there.
Is that
Yeah.
what you think? We should let it out. Now, what draws you to that conclusion?
Oh
sorry,
my
you
god.
got to remember, this is the same group that just released a fucking demon down the hallway.
It's just a small little
Right?
guy.
And we
We're
haven't
proving
learned.
ourselves
Okay.
liberators of the Underdark.
Exactly.
Hey,
While we're here,
to be fair, I think releasing a demon isn't the worst thing we've ever done. Let's be
Hmm.
entirely fair.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
we just
guys
added
keep
it to the
on
list, though.
saying
That's all
like,
I'm
oh
saying.
yeah, releasing a demon, blah blah blah, as though we're literally taking off the shackles of the worst person in hell, or giving compunction to Zariel directly. No, we're not. It was just a dude on a Tuesday who got kidnapped.
yeah, well, some dude. But
And yeah, I mean, there are plenty of devils. Just think about it. He was probably just chilling, got summoned, and got trapped in a
You
door
don't
for
have
who
to
knows how long.
justify our actions to me. I'm just reminding Sorry that, like, these are the same people that, release a demon. So opening this door, releasing whatever's in here should not be surprising in the slightest.
Not
unless,
surprising, but it's
unless
not
it's
very
dangerous
wise.
to us.
I'll tell
Well, is
you
it
what.
possible we might find the
Kozik.
key to this
That's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
like
sometime
wondering as
that.
well,
later?
yeah.
That's better. Yeah, we'll see if we can find the key in another room. Otherwise, Kozik, I'll leave it to your fine axe.
Hmm. Well, we can always come back.
Now, I will say, of all the doors that we've opened so far, all the rooms, rather, I kind of have a feeling it's going to really bother us, especially myself, just walking past this one and not opening it, knowing that it's got this nice lock on it. Just saying, I'll keep it to myself, but be in the back of my head.
You didn't do too good keeping it to yourself.
If this room did house some sort of rancor or something, I'm sure it would have a much less elegant lock. This must be in order to keep people from thieving whatever's inside.
I
Or
don't know we can
liberating.
make that assumption, though. I mean, it might have a special lock so people can't get in to let it out, you know?
I would
Mm.
say, if that were the case, and there was someone that was none the wiser, you would think, you would hope that there'd be a sign that says, "Don't fucking open this door."
Because we've run into those before, eh? I don't think so. Listen, if you
I
want to open it, you go right ahead. I thought we were looking for a key, but I'm not inclined to open it.
Every ominous door is simply a new gateway to an adventure we have not yet experienced. Let's go in.
Well,
Fun.
I'll drink to that.
At that point, Sari becomes a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, she already was. You got a
Sorry.
flask there, Zed.
Hey, wait,
Right.
sorry. Are you going to change your deity to the god of spirits? You know.
The god of
go with
spirits.
the theme.
That's it. I like it.
Then you can summon an elemental.
Hey. I know you made fire elementals out to be the party goers, but I think a elemental made out of ale would also be a pretty chill dude.
Ale can be set on fire. You never asked what their
Elemental, that's
composition was.
right.
I
That's right.
actually think that's incorrect. I think we did know for a fact that they were just fire elementals.
Yeah. Well, maybe not all of them, but yeah. They're party
There
elementals.
were just some elementals in the background that were just set on fire.
Ah, yes, party. One of the known elements.
Obviously.
I mean, have you seen how powerful positive emotions can be?
I don't get the relationship of that thought to what we're doing here.
Regardless,
Oh no,
who's
Cube
opening the
said
door?
they were party elementals, and I was like, ah, yes, party. One of the known elements.
No, but I meant what Opal just said.
Yeah, I said it in relation to Veldrin's comment.
Oh, okay.
Parties bring out a lot of emotions. And regardless, are we opening the door or not?
It's less of a are we and more can we? I fucking can't. Probably not without breaking all of my tools in my box.
Oh, stand aside. I'll take my axe and give it a good go.
Thank you, sorry.
All right.
Is it a wooden door?
Metal.
It's metal.
Oh, it's metal. I thought it
Yep.
was wooden.
These have all been like metal doors.
Oh no, I'm not using my axe on that. Forget it. I
Understandable.
don't want to ruin my axe.
I could give it a shot, but yeah, it's a weird lock.
So are you
So-
attacking the door or?
I guess a question about what we found out about this lock. Because you said that we found out that it's got a kind of an ornate, very mechanical sort of nature about it that if we mess up trying to pick it, the tumblers will reset, but like in a different fashion, and it'll become more difficult to open. Would we, with the knowledge that we have, by doing that, it would make it harder to pick, but would it still make it operational if we found the key? So, like, what I'm thinking is we try and pick it. If we don't get it, could we then still find the key and open it that way, or would that like render that now uh,
Have
ineffective?
we spoiled our chance by
Yeah.
by trying to pick it?
Well, without figuring out what or where the key is, that's a difficult conclusion to reach. But
Mhm.
you'd probably imagine in some way, shape, or form that there's a pot. I mean, with the 17, that there's the possibility that having the key would offset any of that, because that's the point of having the key in the first place.
Mhm.
But if you need further information on a lock like this, you do have an artificer.
Mhm.
Who, if they so wish, can do an investigation or a history check.
Oh,
Thing. Okay. But Opal, anything.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. This illness is kicking my ass. What?
With your artificer's skills, can you determine anything about this lock? Can we? It'll help us crack it better, or anything?
I can give it a go. Cubed, I heard you mention skills. Which one specifically?
A history or an investigation.
Both are a +8. It's the same roll either way. That is a 25.
Nice.
So, with that roll, I would say, looking at it, investigating it, looking at the tumblers, looking at the pins, and kind of peering inside and taking a look at the mechanism and how the tumblers are working. If you assist somebody, and this is not like the aid action, so somebody could still aid the person, but essentially through that, you have a better understanding of it, and as such, making the, I guess in mechanical terms, the DC lower.
Alright, Neovara, I understand how this works. Get over here. And if somebody wants to help Neovara, they can. Come on, let's go.
I also know how to do it, but yeah, I can assist.
Actually, Cedrin, do you want time to shine? Get over here, buddy.
It's either or.
Come on, get over here. Make the check.
And I'm assuming is Neovara aiding, I guess, for advantage.
Neovara.
Yeah.
I'm not revealing the room until I figure it out.
I'm more than willing to watch Zedrin try and break his tools first.
But are you also providing the aid action?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
24 is
Neovara
pretty
will
nice.
graciously help and provide Zedrin with aid, because with his check he should feasibly actually not be able to get much higher than that, would be my bet. That's almost perfect.
So a 3 turns into an 18.
Yep.
And it's gonna take you a couple minutes to
Yeah.
do this very delicately, very carefully, because you understand the stakes. You understand that the slightest of miscalculation could mean failure. Now, granted, you are being assisted by Opal, but you are also, there's a difference between somebody standing over your shoulder and helping you versus you actively being the one trying to be nimble.
Yeah.
Um,
He's kind of like knelt down, but he's very focused. This is definitely gonna take me a moment. But I think I got it. And yeah, he's just gonna be working on it.
I'm imagining Opal's just telling him tips and tricks to get by it as as he's
You're
working.
pointing out, yeah, it's like pointing out, like, oh, be careful, be careful. Like, yeah, sorry.
yeah, so with the combination of the three of you, Opal directing, the proper angle to angle your tools, and with Niavara actively like listening, like if a tumbler is about to reset and being like, maybe grabbing your hand for a sec and being like, wait,
I was
wait.
gonna say, like, extra set of hands. You'd be like, can you hold that real quick? And then I could get like another tool in there. We're just all. It's like a game of Operation right now.
Yep, and luckily you didn't hear the buzzer sound. And after a grueling, I'd say like 2 or 3 minutes of this, like at this point, like you're like sweat's just like beating on your forehead, your hands are getting like clammy, like this is an intense situation. If only you knew what the DC was.
50.
1,000. But there comes that moment, that satisfying final click, that and probably now you can finally breathe because you get the feeling that you just got that last tumbler, and it just you hear that very satisfying, like, I got it.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty, mates. That was beautiful. Watching that teamwork, I loved it.
Zed's gonna like sit back, kind of like just look up, just take a deep breath. Oh, all right. Just stand up slowly. Would like to do the honors.
You've done it, sir. You've done it. I'll open the door.
All right.
Be careful.
And with my fingertips, I kind of push the door open if it'll open.
That it will. And inside, you are immediately greeted with what seems like not a barricade in the sense of like, fantasy barricade, like bookshelves and stuff like blocking a door, but a barricade in more modern time, where there seems like this think of like a hurdle shape thing, like, the hurdles that Olympians would jump over, but it's colored black and yellow, and it has like a little orb on top of it that's blinking. And inside, on the other side of it, you would see, almost akin to the previous room, but there are several objects and items strewn about the floor, but they are in separate piles, and they all seem to have like this D&D version of caution tape. The big old
And what's on the other side of them? The hurdles.
One there. Smaller one.
What do we see on the other side, Cubed, of these hurdles?
Oh, like I said, just piles of items and objects.
Huh.
Right there.
Well, that's ominous.
Incredibly ominous.
Like, that's pretty clear. Don't touch.
And say again
And
about the orbs that you what is it? What's going on there?
Oh, the orbs are on fixed to the barrier in front of you. Is just like a little
Oh.
blinking light. And I mean, these barriers aren't like substantial. Like you could easily just knock them over, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Well, shall I enter? I can duck under this barrier.
Now, why would you do that, though? I mean, obviously, we're being told it's not a good idea.
Right there.
Uh,
Yes, but who is this message meant for? That's right. Those of weaker minds than us. So yeah, I'll try to get into the room.
Right there.
Yep.
So you get inside, and I guess you get I'd say you get a little bit clearer of a look, and because you also have Eyes of the Runekeeper,
Yes.
you would notice that each of these piles that have these barriers on them all say experiment and then a number. So like experiment
Oh.
pile 1, experiment pile 2, experiment pile 3, experiment pile 4.
Hmm. Well, I think a wizard was maybe testing his skill with enchanting these weapons or something, because this strange writing says that these are experiments. Failed? I'm not sure, but I
I'll
don't
do
know.
this.
Hmm.
Do 2.
Well, it's not going to be me that goes under those
There.
warnings and
Just
touches
so they have some
anything, so-
context.
However, they don't say that they're cursed.
Well, they don't say much of anything, though. We
Mhm.
don't know.
I wonder if all the stuff that was in the room before that was just kind of thrown about was potential like experiments gone wrong, like things that were in this room and whatever they were doing, like it was a dud, and so you just dumped it in the other room.
Or what if he's drawing from the pile in the other room?
Yeah, it could be. Like the stuff in here doesn't work, and then he's got any extra.
Well,
Oh, wouldn't you love to just talk
Hmm.
to the fella that got this whole thing set up? I just would love to know
I
what
had
this is all
so many
about.
fucking questions. Yeah.
well, we can share the risk if if 4 of us each grab one of these things and investigate it.
Because that'll go in and just kind of like walk around and
These
you can
items
notice
could be
anything.
extremely powerful.
So basically, you'd notice that there's like small tables next to each of these piles, but there's like nothing on them currently. Kind of like it, imagine like a pet, like somebody selling something, and there's like a huge pile of stuff behind them, and they pull it out the pile and put it on the table, like that level of like close, just with without having to make much of a check, just determining, when they pull something out of the pile, they probably put it on the table. Probably like in a sense, like a makeshift workbench kind of thing. Yeah, who knows?
Well, I want to assume that it's like the special sanctuary library, and maybe something happens when you take a weapon and place it upon the table. So I am gonna grab one of these. What does pile number 2 look like?
Just an assortment of like cooking utensils,
Mm.
but you have a good enough passive perception. But you realize that they're not actually utensils as much as they are varying degrees of weapons that have been shrunk down.
Incredible. I see if there's like a, I don't know, is there a tiny trident in there?
Yes, there's a weirdly looking fork,
Huh.
but you
This looks,
determine, a shrunken trident.
yeah. Well, this looks interesting. Look, it's like a martial weapon in miniature, and I place it upon the table.
So when you go to reach for it, your hand is stopped by some kind of wall of force.
Ah, can't seem to grab this. What about you, Mr. Thatcher?
Oh, yeah. What's this one?
This one looks like doll's clothing, but as you get a closer look at it, it's armor that's been shrunk down.
Should we put something on the table?
So if you go to reach for it, you're also stopped by a wall of force.
An experimental pile number 4, perhaps? What does that look like?
Number 4. Number 4 is rolled up tapestries, um, varying degrees of like cloth, like rolled up cloth, spools of thread, tapestry.
Hmm.
It's gonna be an interesting one for him.
And what's the other one?
Number
Three?
3. So number 3 is a pile as big as, if not larger than, Zed. So a medium creature, just a pile of like rings and amulets.
So we can't grab any of these things because there's like an invisible sort of force
Yeah,
field?
all of these piles appear to have some kind of protective barrier around them.
Well, truly, it seems as though we're not supposed to sample these. And I don't know
The
if we
forbidden
can
fruits.
break through the magical barrier that easily.
Not without setting off what I'm gathering is a trap. The trap.
I mean, if we're worried about a trap, why don't we look for any further ones?
Mr. Thatcher, what about your your marvelous mage hand that you can control.
Oh. So, yeah, I guess a question. If Zed tries to reach for one of these like amulets in the third pile, and he can't, because there's this like force field, could he cast his mage hand inside of this force field since he could still see that space? And it's within
So
range.
Mage Hand would not be able to penetrate a wall of force.
Okay. So you'd see him, like Kozik, you've seen him cast his mage hand 100 times, so you'd see him try to cast it, and then it would just like, it's not invisible because it doesn't need to be, and it just hits the barrier. And then he'll try and like snap it inside of the barrier, and just nothing will happen. And he'll just look over. I can't get in there with that.
These were so well protected. They must be valuable or
So they got
powerful.
a lock on the door like that, and then these are all behind some sort of barrier like this, and there's nothing. There's no other like signs in the room or anything.
I don't believe anybody has given me a perception yet. So at first
Oh,
glance, no.
The undercommon sign that says "Feed me, Seymour."
There you go.
Nice 30.
Oh yeah, clean 30. Doesn't count though. To get back
kn-
inspo.
You know, you were one away.
I know. That one's gonna haunt me. What's the difference to unlock this secret?
So I'd say Zed and Niavara both notice some. Let's see how to put it. So in these piles, there, well, for one, there appear to be small notes written, and well, if Niavara's in a room, I would say. Are you in the
Oh
room,
yeah,
Niavara? Or are you
Niavara
looking
would
from
have.
outside?
She would have come in. I should have dragged her.
Okay. So on each of these piles are like little notation, not like somebody took a sheet of paper and threw it on top, but like it's placed on the inside of each of the barriers, but still somewhat embedded in the piles, as it were. And the gist of them would be pile number 1, and it would be like danger or volatile. So 1 would say danger volatile. Number 2 would say danger volatile corrosive. Number 3 would say no. And number 4, wait, let me check. Hold on. That's amulets, right? Amulets was 3. Yeah. So the pile that's 3 just says leave alone, do not touch. Basically the equivalent of somebody just saying no. And the pile that's like cloth and tapestries on 4 says dangerous temporal anomalies.
Woo!
Mm.
Now that sounds like fun.
She would share them all the information with the class because ooh. All of those sound quite bad actually.
So in context with what you've told us, it seems that yes, maybe this was just meant for people who already know that these barriers are meant for people who already know it's dangerous and not to mess with it. Otherwise, we may not have been able to enter so easily, except for the caution tape at the front of the room. And with the knowledge that these are experiments or labeled as such, I guess maybe we shouldn't mess with them.
Well, I like the way you're thinking.
Most of the things in here have been like an illusion or a trick of some kind. But I am inclined to think that uh these little notes are actually being honest.
They seem genuine.
And if they're not, I don't know how we'd get in there regardless. So
Yeah, and
Hey.
basically, you guys would also ascertain these are very potent items to the point where they have to be encased in some kind of protective barrier. But I mean, maybe the thought occurred, we'll do it. We'll have sorry kind of be on the paranoid side of things. That while you guys are turning down this offer, you just you can only imagine who the wrong person getting access to this room could do with this stuff. This is DM adding to Sorry's paranoia.
We love to see the DM feeding player paranoia. It's truly beautiful.
Character
Mr. Thatcher
paranoia.
could either keep the lock, or he could replace it on the door when we leave.
Well, you guys didn't break the locking mechanism, so you know that you could close this door and essentially re-engage the lock.
Right.
Yeah, we're not barbarians, Kozak.
Well, such a lock would be quite a prize for a roguish man as such as Mr. Thatcher.
Are you implying that you think Zedrin would try and take the locking mechanism?
In time, I'm sure a key could be made.
Hmm.
And just remove the whole thing.
Well, then he would have a fine lock for his own
Hey,
purposes.
I like the idea. All right, Kozak, I'm with it.
Honestly, that does give me some incredibly funny ideas for the future.
I was going to
Just
say,
start-
as an artificer, locks and whatnot, wouldn't it be neat to have something kind of like that to just tinker with?
Yeah, out of character really quickly. Zedrin is essentially offering Opal a fidget toy. I just find that idea very funny. But in character, what would we need a lock like this for?
I don't know.
It's a wondrous item from the Underdark.
I just kind of think it's neat. Yeah, it's unlike any locks that I've picked before, but I also, just for the sake of it,
uh-huh.
we can close this place up and just relock it. Because, yeah, I don't really know if we want to do anything with that stuff.
And yet, ethically, should we not just replace the lock as it is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can.
Wait, now you're worrying about ethics?
No, I always have an eye towards the ethical thing.
More or less, if I'm not going to take it with me, I want to fuck around with it some more and just lock it back up, as it was fun.
Indeed.
Right, well, let's do that. Lock it back up. I think just this once we can leave things as we found them.
I don't say we've never done it. Sorry.
We've done it plenty. And we can.
Finding out the. All right.
So Zed'll kneel back down and just go back through the process of locking this door back up. Probably like trying to think of a way to describe it without sounding weird. Probably just like under his breath, just muttering like, "Oh, you're a really good lock."
Give it a head pat.
Right. It's just like, sorry, I'm gonna have to leave you behind, but you'll give
Yeah,
the next person a lot of problems as well. I know it.
I feel like Zedrin's feeling a bit melancholic about this, leaving this beautiful thing here. Don't worry, Zed. We can make you your own fancy metal lock.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Sometimes you guys have interesting thought processes.
I mean, eventually we're going to be on some fun astral ship, won't we? I'm sure Zed will need a nice lock then when he has
Oh,
a
that's
private chamber.
can't wait for that.
That is all assuming that we actually make it out of the Underdark alive.
That's grim.
That's really grim, and that's not necessary. Now
Okay,
cut it out.
1 second. Before you continue this, need I remind you, it's of the ogre in the woods that was... It wasn't an ogre. What was it?
Oni.
Thank you. I wasn't sure. The Oni that was in the woods with that old woman. And all of you were just hypothesizing that he was going to like cook and eat her. And your first instinctual reaction, sorry, was to go, let's murder him.
You're right about that. That was my mistake.
I will not take any criticism on being grim. We
It's a
are
little bit
all
different,
grim.
though.
I am being pragmatic and realistic. There's
By
no guarantee we
suggesting
make
that
it
one
out
of
of here.
us. We've made it this far, gang. Now, which one of you bitches is gonna die first?
I assume whoever enters an anti-magic field in the fart bubble form.
You just get turned back out of it, you know?
I mean, if there's an anti-magic field, yeah, you turn back. You might not take too much. You might not take any physical harm. But
But
what's
if you're
nearby
flying
that's
way high up
causing...
in the air,
Yeah, that too. But what's nearby that's casting it that could harm you is more of my issue. Regardless, shall we keep moving?
Do 16.
well, what we're moving to the next door then? Is that the idea?
I'd assume so if there's another door to move to.
Oh, there is. Boop.
Well, let's try our
Grab the
skills with
character.
that cursed door next.
Another bloody door.
All right. So, as per expected, another bit of a walk and another door.
Is this one? Does this one's lock look as ornate as the last one?
Door. Oh yeah. So this one looks ornate in a different fashion. But you know, just looking at it, looks shiny.
All right, Cedrin and Yavara, which one of you are helping me with this?
I can.
A similar check, I'm assuming, DM? Investigation or history?
On this one,
Yes.
it's going to be let's see. So investigation. How was that? So this one's actually going to be an Arcana.
Also not? Oh. You know,
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
could. I'm going to actually burn an inspiration point.
Well,
The
I
locks
was
in here seem to.
But
Huh?
he said it was
I was
fine.
I was aiding you though. You get advantage.
Oh, thank you for finding that out, Zedrin. Oh, that is the wrong roll.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm using my inspiration to re-roll that.
But he said it was fine.
I don't believe it. I would rather be entirely safe. 26.
It is not fine.
that's better than both of the rolls combined before.
Thank you,
He
Zed.
said it's not fine.
Yeah. What seems to be off about this lock?
So,
Opposite day.
I mean, depending on the rolls opposite day. So, this lock is very complicated, not in a mechanical sense, but an arcane sense. This effectively has levels of spells layered on top of it. However, something seems off about them. Something in the form of. Oh, let's see. You didn't really do a check in the other room. Because you weren't here for that. So something really weird about how the magic is functioning.
This lock is magical, and the magic is weird. Have you ever read what it or somebody's writing when they're having a stroke? Like the words, like some of the words might even be full and coherent, but they mean nothing. It's like that.
Hmm.
I have bad vibes from this lock. I still kind of want to get past it though.
Yeah, 26 is
So,
pretty
where
good.
to begin on unlocking this door? That is a good question. Would Opal even have any idea about how to safely undo this lock?
I mean, you could try and pick it and hope to avoid hitting the wrong aspect of a trap.
Ugh.
Since you're aware that there's magic in it, maybe a dispel magic, because it is technically an object and you've identified that there is magic in it.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, Kozak, you have dispel magic, don't you?
Options.
I have another one in me.
Cast it on the lock, please.
All right. So I take a look at the lock. And then I think about what might work for it. Let's see what kind of magic words. Here we go. So yeah, I cast Dispel Magic. Then I guess I have to do this.
All right. So
Okay.
you go to cast Dispel Magique. A charisma saving throw?
Well, so if it doesn't automatically dispel, I gotta roll a thing to see if it dispels.
So it would be D20 plus
Charisma is
spellcasting
my
ability.
spellcaster.
Well, I was going to present the offer. You can guarantee a pass, but deal with the consequence of my choosing. But you have rolled.
You can add
Yeah, I always roll.
two. You can add two to it because I help the ones around me with an extra 2.
Well, it's not a save though.
Oh, I thought he said I thought he said saving throw.
Yeah, he clicked saving throw, so the roll would have been a d20 plus your spellcasting ability.
So it's the same thing.
Which is 10 plus or d20 plus your charisma.
Just 2.
Yeah.
I mean, should I roll another one? Is that what you're saying? Or are you looking at something?
I am double checking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got it. It's a D20 plus his ability modifier or spellcasting ability, which would be 3, and then the DC is 10 plus whatever the spell level is.
And he rolled a 3. So, yeah. So, however many modifiers that could be applied,
Yeah.
even then it wouldn't be enough. 10 plus
The
Are we
mother of
about to watch
Is-
Kozik get like pasted?
Is that something that we could use inspiration for? I mean,
Yeah, you can use on any dice roll right now.
So it's not a
Um,
saving throw.
no, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, I would say you can use my inspiration if you want to re-roll it.
So a d20 plus 3.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Boom.
That'd be a 19. I think his charisma is 3. Yep. All right. So you cast Dispel Magic.
All right, I listen closely. I don't see anything different. Don't hear anything different. But I think it worked.
And you said that there wasn't really like a physical locking mechanism. This was pretty much all magical of some kind.
Like there's a door handle, but no
Mhm.
like lock.
Gotcha. Zed's probably he has his tools out and then realizing that there's no lock. He's probably tucking his tools back away and he's looking over at Niavara. I guess there's nothing for us to do.
Nope. Just have to have the wizards fix it. Wizards, the grouply.
Hey, Kozik, how you doing, buddy?
Shall I open the door?
Yeah, might as well.
Be my guest.
All right. Yeah,
Hopefully nothing bad happens.
Yeah, hopefully.
I gently open the door.
So the door opens, and you are immediately greeted with the sight of something. Let's see, who would know this? I'd probably say Kozik might have some. I'd say Kozik and Opal would probably have some level of idea of the composition of this room. But as the door opens, it opens up to what seems like a extensive wizard's arcanum. There are
Oh.
walls full of books, multiple like story. Let's say about two floors of it. Bookshelves lining the walls, dimly lit floating chandeliers that are radiating like a steady light, but they're not attached to the ceiling. They're just hovering in the air, just completely still. And the thing that immediately catches your eye, amidst this, slew of bookshelves and tables and these very elegant chandeliers, appears to be what looks like, Zed would recognize this, a creature that looks like it is frozen in time. It has these very long, like just unnaturally long arms, unnaturally long body, unnaturally long legs, but it's more of a silhouette. And like where the head would be, there's no physical form. Like there is no physical form to this creature other than what almost seems like shadow or a silhouette or just a complete lack of light. Like there's no light where this creature exists, even though it is in a room perfectly illuminated. And the best way to describe it is imagine a shadowy Slenderman like body, just unnaturally long proportions. And it looks like they have they're about 7 foot tall or so. And it looks like it's focused on a desk nearby, and its arm is one of the long arms is outstretched, but there's nothing there, and it looks like it is locked in time, unmoving, unaware of your existence, and um nothing's there on the desk. And yeah, it looks like it's reaching out to to a desk, but there's nobody there, and the only thing that's there is like what looks like a journal or a book or something. And that's what you see as soon as you open the door. And Zed, you immediately recognize this, almost like a flashback moment, when you had those visions back when you were on the Ashen Wake, and the vision of the crystal shattering and the image of Marn, and you recall these Slenderman creatures were things that were escorting him. He almost seemed like he was commanding them or in some way allied with them because they weren't going after him.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So I'm assuming, unlike the demon, we're not going to try and free that, are we?
I would hope not. But I am curious as to all the things in this room.
Oh, so am I. Shall we get investigating?
Oh, let me get the room.
I'll keep an eye on this thing. You said the room's pretty well lit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Zed'll step in the room, and he'll probably mention
Why'd
to,
the color change?
I guess, Opal and Veldrin specifically. Looks like there's a lot more books in here. And if you find something interesting, we could take it back to that other room and put it on that table,
Sit down and read it.
right? It's a big fucking room.
So aside from me and Zedrin, who wants to enter the room with the weird shadow creature?
And where's this creature?
So it would be. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a token for it, so we're basically going to use a makeshift token for it.
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of like back here. There we go.
Yeah, Zed's just for narrative's sake. Zed's kind of slowly walking into the room. His eyes haven't broken contact with this shadowy creature. If you would like to look around, I'll keep my eyes on that one. And he's gonna kind of slowly walk in. I don't know if there's probably tables and stuff in here that aren't there yet, but he's gonna kind of slowly walk into the room and far away. Perfect.
All right, so
Wanna
what's
do a
everybody else
perception
doing?
check? I want to try to perceive something.
What was that? I can hear you.
I want to look around and see if there's anything that I can, I guess anything I see that tells me this room is a trap or anything like that.
With the 21, you don't determine the room itself being a trap, but you can give me a Arcana since you did good enough on the perception.
Nice.
This room, you look at the lights, you look at the chandeliers, you look at this creature, and you realize, very much like that one room. God, my echo! I can hear you in my. Very much like the other room. This must also be affected by some kind of a time stop, a temporal anomaly. Except an individual or creature seems to be trapped here as opposed to preserved objects.
It's as if time has stopped here in this room, but maybe not for us, but certainly for this poor creature. This creature anyway.
And Zed, you can also make a perception as you're observing this thing.
All right.
And Zed, are you
Cool.
gonna? Wow, look at that 3. Zed, are you going to share with us that you've seen this creatures like this one before?
Probably not immediately. Like he's mentioned the vision before whenever he had it. Maybe not to the extent of all the details potentially, but you can tell without even like doing insight or whatever. You can tell he's uneasy and he's not focusing on anything else with this thing. So there's like his body language and he's tense all of a sudden.
So with your 21, so you would notice that this thing is trapped in time, but as you guys walked in, it's almost like imagine like a glitch in the Matrix kind of thing. Like its body kind of has like a weird staticky appearance, but it's still stuck there in time.
That's cool.
I'm also envisioning the Ice Age scene where the thing's stuck in ice. Its eyes slowly at the end of the scene move to look at you directly. That's what I'm envisioning. Neavara will
cool.
in Thieves Can't go, you good, Zed. And I think her symbol for Zedrin in Thieves Can't will have to be something like a sail. Look something like sailor.
You make shadow puppets of a boat.
No, like somewhere between like sign language. It probably wouldn't be like shadow puppets of a boat. It'd probably be like, and I don't know the sign language for it, but making it up on the fly. Like a captain, like tipping a hat, or like the pirate brim.
Right. He would say, um, see. He would say something along the lines of, these things have something to do with Marn.
Ooh. She'd make a face.
And so, and like you kind of see him, maybe he'll gesture a little bit like those that don't know thieves can't. He'll kind of gesture a little bit, maybe like tug on a piece of clothing here and there. But then when he goes back into his resting state, he's got his a purchase on the hilt of his rapier, and he's just standing, like not fully posturing, but he's ready for this thing to potentially animate at any moment.
Yeah, Sari's on alert too.
All right. So
And
what's?
he'll
Oh, go ahead.
oh, yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. He's just gonna kind of step forward a little bit, like he's keeping his distance, but yeah. Ow.
I was gonna see what Veldrin, Opal, and Kozik were gonna do. Well, Kozik did some looking around. So what's Veldrin and Opal doing? Because Sari's keeping on alert too.
Some investigation of the
Belgium's looking
room.
for books.
Well, luckily for you, you're in Arcanum. There are everywhere.
He's looking at the books.
All right.
Opal
Guess you can give
specifically
me.
investigating for different kinds of books.
Yeah,
Stuff that seems to be more interesting.
if you're going through books, I guess give me an investigation. But there are a lot of books.
That's a 23.
Nice. That is.
And so Opal's going through some books, and what's Veldrin doing? Also books.
Yeah.
So with a 16, there's a lot of just random, what seems pretty random in here. Like just a lot of, I mean, just a little bit of just everything. Like anything from like different cultures, like dwarven culture, human culture, some city, some like random unimportant like cities, culture, um techniques on how to do like pottery, just all sorts of like really weird, arbitrary, random stuff. Um but Opal with the 23, amidst all these books, like you're clearly not going to be able to go through the entirety of 2 floors of wall to wall like bookshelves. Um, but the ones in your immediate vicinity, of those that you have enough time to peruse through, um, you would find a couple of books in regards to something called a cataclysm. I mean, that'd probably be a buzzword that would catch your eye. So
Gotcha.
it's probably something historical or arcane, which is probably why it caught your eye. In Veldrin, you found a bunch of stuff about like cultures that you've never heard of, um, probably cultures that don't exist anymore. Just a library of knowledge.
Hey, Valdrin. I see that you're also looking at some books. I have a few interesting ones here. You said 3, right, DM?
It's a couple of them. Just with
And
the term like cataclysm in that little
gotcha.
section.
Something about a cataclysm. Want to do a bit of quick reading, or are we going to save that for later?
I think we should look at that sooner rather than later. Because Cataclysm's a scary word in the circumstances.
Oh, I understand. Believe me, I do. But I also don't think we should be reading them in the room with the mysterious, horrifying entity frozen in time.
Sure, but if we take it out of the room, that could free it.
Very true. All right, start reading.
And there's, like I said, there's also a book that's currently open on the table where this thing is reaching towards.
That reads like a trap. Oh, well, sorry.
What do we learn in the Cataclysm book?
So the Cataclysm book, in this like brief detailing of it anyway, or the quick read, would explain something about the arcane having become unstable. How? It doesn't appear to be in this book, but something happened that made the weave itself be as volatile and unstable as an explosive barrel of gunpowder. And as a result, a lot of things, both physical and arcane, got flipped on its head, upside down. People would go to try, it would talk about a point where people would try to cast a healing spell to, mend somebody's wounds, and a tentacle would pop out of the wound instead. Or somebody would cast a fireball spell, and instead it summoned like a demon from another plane, or like just all sorts of some big event happened, and it turned everything on its head, and everything got wonky. And I guess between the two books, it wouldn't, it would be research on what could have caused it, why these things, what the who's, the what's, the how's, the why's, and the wins and all that. It's trying. These books are trying to find the answer to these, but it's also speculated that perhaps the cause of it got lost in the cataclysm itself. So the TLDR, big boom, big bada boom, magic, and everything went wonky, and nobody knows how or why or even how to fix it, other than the fact that it happened and it existed. Well, you'd assume it exists because it's written in two books.
Huh. Any personal thoughts on the matter, Veldrin?
It's a bit vague.
A bit, though this is still something that is, I wouldn't say disturbing, but worrying to learn about. Hmm. And you see that book on the table over there by the horror.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that might have a bit more information that might be interesting. You want to go closer to it and see if we can read it without waking that thing up?
We sure can.
All right. You know what? Opal's going to recruit the help of Sari in this endeavor. Hey, Sari, come help us with
Yeah.
this, just in case this thing decides to move.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Wait, where are you? There you are.
Over here. Yeah, just be ready to attack.
All right, I've got my short sword out.
All right, and what's Nirvar and Kozik doing as people are posturing?
I'm gonna peruse the books and whatnots that I can see.
All right, so you're going through the books while they're doing that?
Yeah.
That would be an investigation.
Okay.
And what's Neovara doing? Thought you just unmute. Might not be unmuted. We hear nothing.
Oh no,
Yep.
did Neovara pass out again?
Well, I thought I saw just unmute. Don't hear her. Maybe I'm tripping. Or maybe she's pooping. So with the 7, you were
My goal
unable
was-
to find anything of interest, just a lot of, I don't know, esoteric, random information about all sorts of things. The most general knowledge library you've ever come across. Here's how you build a spear. Here's how a shovel works. It's very good for farming.
This is actually an artificer's, but this used to be an artificer's library, and that's why there's such a wide selection of books. Like, oh yeah, pottery, shovels, tools.
history of pie. The food.
Or it was just one crazy wizard living in exile.
That's true. It could very well just be a singular wizard who's fucking weird. He stopped getting invited
Only
to
it's
parties.
crazy.
Like, this is Veldrin left to his own devices.
How did all these books get here?
I mean, it's not impossible that the person who got them here had something like a bag of folding.
Oh,
Perhaps
good
they were
point.
summoned. Or brought one by one over the years.
The
Yeah, it could
Underdark
be
does also, at
long-lived.
times, function similarly to, like, the place where garbage gathers. A lot of this there could be particular spots where things appear often that this person knew about and was able to transport things from fairly easily.
Another very plausible idea.
All right,
We're
so we got
going with
people
Okay.
heading up to take a look-see.
at the Eldritch Horror frozen in the corner.
All right. Oh, journal.
Is that the
Yes.
book we were just looking at? The one you were describing?
No, that was for Kozak, I believe.
Okay. So are we? Weren't you guys about to open up a book?
We were actually coming up to this horror.
Oh, I
right
thought there
here.
was a book you wanted to see. All right.
Yeah, it's on the. It's
Yeah,
on
there's a
right
book
next to
on
this
the.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's next to it. Okay.
Okay.
Opal, come back over here. Don't go off by yourself.
What? Sorry, the button I have push to talk on is not allowing me to move my token as long as I'm holding the button. So which side of this creature is the book on? Just remind me, Cube.
Adjacent to you.
Okay. Let's get the reading.
So it is currently open to a page with. There we go. With hastily written words in there. Some of the pages seem like a little bit torn. But what you can read is it says, "The cataclysm. I understand now. It was not truly an anomaly that trapped me here. It was intent. But who has the tools to create such a chain reaction?" And then dot dot dot. Wait, it can't be. And it trails off as if they were interrupted. And as you've gotten closer to this, you would notice that there appears to be what looks like something broken on the floor.
Oh,
It
sorry.
looks
how
like
do you answer it?
a sphere of some kind, but whatever it is, it hit the floor and broke open. Probably something that was containing it, but it's not there anymore.
I see. Huh. So it looks like we were correct about that hypothesis, Veldrin. Hmm. So, do we want to try and get closer to the thing on the ground? Maybe look it up. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Opal's going to go for the broken thing on the ground.
NZ, you can make me a perception check with advantage because you've been hyper focused on this whole time.
Veldrin also wants to look at the creature. See what's up with it.
All right. Yeah, you can roll.
Perception.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. So, Zed, you would notice of the like glitch in the matrix, like staticky appearance this thing has had since you guys have entered. Amidst the like weird glitchiness, like in its form, it's almost like for a single frame, right? Like if it was like a glitch in the matrix, like a single frame and it reverts back and it like does this weird um distorted kind of vision. It's like the eyes for a single frame, every so often the eyes like are looking at you and then they reset back as part of like the glitch, so it's kind of like a flip between two frames constantly. But it's very difficult to notice because, well, I mean, it's a glitch, so you don't know the physiology of this thing. But it's just like every so often, it's like it's looking at you. It's seeing you, or at least the eyes are pointed in your direction, but then reset back to as if it were looking at the journal.
Well, if this creature is somehow imprisoned, then I don't think we ought to liberate this one. He seems nasty.
I am in full agreement with you. Absolutely.
Hmm. Is there anything else to investigate in here?
There's a whole lot of bookshelves.
The
Now, are we
journal,
examining-
is it open to, like, how far into the book is it written?
It's just open.
Like, these are the first pages of it, or is it
Pretty
later in the
much.
book? Okay.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that they were on the brink of some kind of a realization and were interrupted.
Who was on the brink of a realization?
Whoever wrote this book, probably.
Oh, okay, right. But wait.
So a 17.
Yeah.
So let's see. This is another roll in the same bookshelf section or a different area.
Sure. Let's stay there.
All right. So you just find a bunch of stuff about old cultures, old techniques.
The Gaznarians.
Yeah.
Fascinating culture. Okay.
Probably even I don't know something about like maybe an ancient dwarven architecture that hasn't been practiced or heard of for a very, very long time.
Incredible. Well, finders keepers. This one might, if I ever make it back home, this would be quite a find.
Oh, find something nice, Kozik.
Oh, sorry, Drugar culture.
Oh, I throw it to the floor. No.
Yeah, this one's Drugar, not Dwarven.
Foiled again.
Yes. The dark cousins of the dwarves. I don't find that as interesting, but
I am
sure.
just
I'll take it. Can I?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't keep you from grabbing it.
Okay.
You know, in my mind, I was just imagining Kozik like happily holding this this book, and then he rereads the title again, reads Drugar. The smile on his face just slowly goes down.
And then I just shrug and tuck it into my satchel.
Yeah. Like, hey, the book is interesting regardless, but it's not what you wanted.
Right, and somebody was reaching to grab shards of whatever broke.
Oh yeah, Opal was reaching down for the whatever broke.
Also, Veldrin. Out of character talk, of course.
Mhm.
But if that book is near the beginning of its writing process, and whoever was writing in this seems pretty deep into their thoughts, right? Wouldn't that imply the existence of a different book with more details in it?
I think those were the other 3 books.
But those were true. Okay, regardless. Moving on. Yes, reaching down for the orb.
Well, the shattered remains of it.
I see sparkly thing on the floor. I want to touch it.
So you reach down and you scoop some broken crystal towards you.
Nothing inherently magical about it.
I mean, not by just looking at it.
Just Arcana check, I assume.
Yep.
16.
Maybe at one point. It ain't now, especially broken.
I'm still gonna pocket it. 9.
And Zed, I'll just continue with the 21 perception since that's been the only thing you've been doing. So you notice an increase in the frequency of the glitching. It's almost like it's struggling to break free of these whatever is holding it here. And more often, in between these patches of glitching, the eyes are locking onto you more and more. Like the frequency goes up and it's such that one frame becomes like 3 or 4 frames of it eyeing you, and then so on and so forth, and the intensity frequency is picking up more, but it's very subtle.
noticing this, he's gonna be kind of slowly just moving, kind of like slowly circling it, but like very slowly, just kind of one little small step at a time, just not really trying to grab attention from anyone else in the room.
Except sorry notices. Zed, what's going on? Oh crap, I lost
Arrow keys.
rookies.
Arrow keys.
Yeah, arrow keys. I'm trying it, but it's not working somehow.
Use the select tool and drag the box over it.
Okay.
It should be the default one you use when you log in. And it, like, do you see the box around Veldrin after you highlighted it?
No. Damn it. Am I highlighting? Oh wait, here's a box.
So at the top left of your screen,
Yep.
token controls, select tokens.
Select token control, select tokens, yeah.
And then you go and left click and drag the box over your character.
Okay, now it did. Okay, and then I use the arrow key. Wait a minute.
Or WASD.
Arrow key. There it is. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, how did I make these green little arrows pointing at Veldrin? That's weird. I have these little green arrows in the corners that kind of keep moving in towards Veldrin and then back out. What's that from? Oh well, it'll go away. All right, so I'm saying, ask Zed what's going on. What's going on, Zed?
He's just staring at this thing. He hasn't said anything.
I know, but I've noticed him slowly moving around it a little bit.
Have you?
Yeah, because sorry
He's attempting to
notices that
not
kind
be
of shit.
noticed.
Yeah,
So
but sorry notices that kind of
You-
shit. She's
You
a
also
warrior.
need you also need to remember that unless you make a perception check, like a video game, you do not notice things.
All right, I'm gonna make a perception check then. Can I do that, boss?
Well, let's see. Well, usually, as I say, if this kind of falls a little bit under the PvP side of things, it's like if somebody says you don't notice, the agreement would have to be between the players.
Between the players, okay.
So like Zed's saying he's trying not to be noticed.
Trying
so,
not to be that.
Yeah. Like he doesn't want anybody else to notice, but as far as let's see, what's your passive perception? It is 16. So Zed, are you doing so what are you doing to not be noticed?
So he's mentioned when we first came in that he's going to keep an eye on this thing, and like otherwise just hasn't said anything. And he suggested that everyone else, look around. And so while everyone's looking around reading books and stuff, he's just been slowly getting himself closer, but he's not walking over next to it with his sword brandished. He's being very nonchalant. I guess I could roll a stealth check, but
You did just start
and-
to go around it though. You had been standing still for a while, and then
Well,
as you described it, looking
so-
at you, you started to go around it.
I would
so it's
say
hard
a
to
deception.
move slowly. That's why I've been waiting to move incrementally every little bit
Oh, I see.
to try
Okay.
and show. And for OOC, for the sake of concern, the reason Zed's not mentioning anything is he doesn't want people to be alarmed. So So when Sari's like, "What's going on, Zed?" He's not gonna like. His intent is to not get everyone riled up. That's why he's not making a big deal out of this.
Okay. Have we determined that Sari doesn't perceive anything though, or does?
I guess regardless, if you did and you asked him what was going on, in whatever way, shape, or form, he would be like, "Nothing, everything's fine."
Even
he
if
just
I
doesn't.
even if I came up
You
next to
can
you and
you can
quietly
see,
asked?
yeah, because well, you can see that he's uneasy, like from ever since he's
Yeah.
seen this thing and has not looked away.
Yeah.
So I even think by just his body language, you can tell this thing is threatening to him at least, and
Right.
by him not saying anything, maybe that
That's
is
concerning.
kind of a cue. And yes, it could very well be noticeable by you, but he's not still trying to,
Right. So I'm
keep
not
keep
saying
everyone.
anything at all. I'm just noticing that you're moving and I'm moving next to you to see if I can sense what might be going on or not.
Okay. Yeah. So you could tell he's still just like, you've seen him like in
Tense.
combat and stuff, and yeah, he's very tense and he's locked on this thing.
Yeah.
Basically, I guess he's expecting this thing to come
Break
alive and
free.
attack us. That you
Right.
could probably gather that from him, but he's not going to say that because he doesn't want to alarm anyone.
Right. But Sari does have her hand now on her sword, just gently as she's walking next to Zed to just try and see if she can get a handle on what Zed might be experiencing because she sees Zed as really tense.
Nice.
I mean, you could also give it a little insight.
True, yeah.
Do an insight check.
Yep. A vibe check.
Vibe check.
Which is funny because I did just kind of explain it, but
Oh, that
Which is
sucks.
the exactly how he stated.
Yeah.
makes sense though, yeah. Like you know that he's tense, but you don't know why.
Right. Right. Well, I'm just gonna hang there and be ready.
I mean, my own 2 cents. I don't think it's too extreme to understand that somebody might be a bit tensed about like a horror in the corner of the room.
Exactly.
Anybody else want to look around for anything else, or are we good here?
Hmm. This
Let's
entity
see.
is starting to bother me a little bit.
In what way?
It's I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's kind of looking at us sometimes.
Only Zed would notice that because he's
Oh,
kept his eyes on it. Like Kozik was face deep in hating the literature he just found.
well, I guess I was wrong then. That's fine. What I was really looking for was a book about banana cultivation underground.
And you didn't find it? Damn.
Well,
Maybe
This
that
library doesn't have anything in it.
maybe the information's in the banana stand.
yeah.
You can tell that things are messed up down here. It's been a while since Kozik has seen a banana.
Banana.
Well, I think it's a good idea to get out of here because I don't like the look of this creature.
Neither do I. And I think we got enough information out of here. The information we wanted to get out of here, I mean. So everybody good to pack up and leave? Maybe
Yeah.
leave some of the books we found in here behind? Or are we just
Uh,
going to say fuck it and take them with us?
Well, did anybody notice any books like about the astral plane and potential doorways to said plane?
No, but me and Veldrin well, I found some of these books on a calamity in regards to the weave.
Oh, was there anything that was written potentially by whoever lived here? There n-
Whatever's on this desk, I believe, was written by whoever was here.
There's no names or anything?
Not as far as I've seen.
Nope.
You think it'd be worth taking that book over to that special chair or any one of these?
Hmm.
That is assuming that any of those things won't release the creature.
I agree.
But, and I will put this question out to the group. Is it worth the risk of taking one of these?
Well, if
Because
anything might
keeping this
trigger
in
that thing, I don't think it's a good idea.
Oh no, I can see that point, sorry. But memories fail, things get foggier, we might misremember something. I'm asking purely from the point of this information seems pertinent. And whatever this thing is doesn't seem too happy about the person who was researching this. Considering the book on the table ends very abruptly. So I think this is actually important to keep around. Or horribly dangerous to keep around.
Well, but is it important to us, or should we leave it for whoever might stumble upon the place again?
So you're saying I should put
The
back this rare tome I was going to take?
No, I'm talking about the book on the desk that's more pertinent to, what was happening in the room.
Oh.
the book on the desk was written quickly and ended suddenly. There's not a lot in it, but there are other books here written about this cataclysm. They haven't exactly been very illuminating. They're pretty vague.
So, I'll just leave it up to you guys. Vote on whether or not you think we should just take the books and dip. If it activates the creature, I don't
mean,
think it would be fun.
Do we really need the book? That's really the question. I mean, is it really necessary? Is it relevant to what we're after? Do we really need the book?
So speaking about what we're after, the whole bit that we've been trying to find is any information on where we are and how to get out of the Underdark.
Yeah, that's it.
And we found a lot of books, none pertaining to any of that. But we did just find a chair in the other room that allows us to read things in books that we can't normally read. I feel like it's
Oh.
pretty potentially important to have any important books that we find, like, taken back there. We've not put a single book on that chair that didn't have something else written in it.
Oh.
Then I say that we take the book on the desk and we go back to that chair.
We also decided that I'm not sure if people are getting a bit exhausted because we've been searching around for hours and hours, but it did seem like that room was probably a good one to rest in. If we were feeling so inclined, we could grab a bunch of these books and I take looks through them while we're taking a breather.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
And maybe figure out a way to lock this door on our way out so we can leave fella here to his own devices.
Yeah, that sounds like a good safety precaution for sure.
Right.
So-
Well,
Zed, feel free to give me a little wisdomy savey throw.
Oh, and I'm next to you. You get 2 more points on that.
So a 7.
oh, nice. So 7.
All right. Just checking something. So what are y'all's doing? Grabbing this journal
Taking the-
and dipping?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Wildren also wants to grab
I'm trying
the
to-
other 3 books.
3 came from me.
It was a couple.
Yeah. Cubed said it was a couple.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go. Let's leave.
Well, let's make sure we try and lock this door, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, how hot? Oh wait, is this door? This door wasn't metal, was it?
It was.
Oh, cool. I wonder if heat metal can like fuse it to the door frame.
Hmm.
I don't think it gets it that hot though.
No, it's not enough to sculpt metal.
Damn. If only.
So y'all's grab the journal off the table. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as I
Oh,
predicted,
here it comes.
Zed, as this journal is grabbed, the creature's still glitching. There does come a moment where it just kind of feels like it's been staring at you for an eternity. And the only words that you can hear whispered into your ears is betrayer.
Ooh.
And it seems like it's from dozens of voices whispering at once. Not necessarily at the same time like a legion. They're staggered like betrayer, 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 betrayer. And at that point, you'd notice the static emanations on this creature suddenly stabilize.
Uh-oh.
And its eye, like this is something everybody can see now. Its eyes have turned directly towards Zed. Like it's looking down, like its body posture is leaning over a table, but almost like a searchlight. The eyes just move to the side of its head just unnaturally, or as you would think would be eyes, right? Just little spheres of light. The eyes move towards Zed and lock onto him. And at that point, you see it actually start to move. And that's when where we'll end the session.
Oh,
So,
man.
next
Nice.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Wow. Cool.
All right, yeah, good exploring, good dungeoneering.
Very cool.
Dungeon.
Also, why do I have a haunting feeling that the betrayer talk is the creature trying to get inside his head by using the voices of the crew?
The voices of the what?
The crew that was a part of?
Zed's crew.
Oh. Got it.
Interesting.
What are you thinking about it, Zed?
Oh, I definitely think it has something to do with that.
Regardless, next session
Betrayer.
fun.
Betrayer. That's interesting. I can't wait to learn more about that.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good session.
Well, yeah, I will see you all next time.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
Cube.
great.
Yep. Thanks for playing.
Have a
Well,
nice
okay,
night,
good night,
everybody.
everyone. Have a great
You too.
week.
See you
Bye.
next time.
All right. With that being said, that is tonight's session. That was a lot of fun getting everything, all things playing out as they did. Worked out. As planned, as predicted. But yeah. So, we will be back at it tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific. The second D&D game that I run, the Wednesday Crew. Let's see. So for those of you who may be watching this on the VODs or on the Ubles Tubles, we do this specific game at 7:40-ish Pacific every Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, we do it over on Twitch, Twitch TV/Q222. Maybe one day I'll have an internet connection that can handle dual streaming. But until that day occurs, we do it on Twitch. I run the game on Twitch, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But as with any good session, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Or a to be continued, which is exactly what's going to happen. So, yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, evening, or whatever it is in between for you. Hopefully y'all's had fun. It was entertaining. Maybe a little bit of mystery being a little bit of the veil being, pulled away just a smidge. I'm really excited for them in the next couple of rooms they explore, because there's a lot more interesting stuff to happen. So yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm closing some stuff out. So hopefully I'll catch you again tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific. It's a little bit of a smaller group, but we have fun. And yeah. With that, stay good to yourselves, stay good to others. Basically, don't be a dick. Be civil. But until tomorrow, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Peace.